So hi friends, today we will be understanding the basic concept of SQL. So I have just opened up my Excel sheet. So you can see over here that we have various cells and various rows. So before we go forward, I want you to compare SQL with Excel. So SQL is nothing but a database which operates on tables, and we have various kind of data. We have images, we have videos, we have text data. So these all are different kind of data. And when we talk about SQL is something which operates and do all of its stuff, all the functionality, everything which it does on a table. So it is a kind of RDBMS, which is Relation Database Management System. So RDBMS has few rules. It wants any software which follows those rules will be called as RDBMS. So SQL follows those rules. We will not be going ahead and discuss those rules. The main thing which I want you to learn is SQL is related to tables. This is the major thing, and this will clarify most of the things. So today we will not be doing any practical session on Workbench. I want you to understand why exactly SQL was created, and what is the use of SQL in our day-to-day life. So as you see over here that this is my screen, and let's assume that we have a company called as MNC. So I will just go ahead and merge all of them and say that this is a company called as MNC, and let it be in the center. And this MNC has some data where it keeps track of the tasks given to its employees. So it has a table called as tasks. So I will just type in over here table called as tasks, and then it has some column names which will be the serial number. Then we will have the task ID. Then we will have the task status. Then we will have the completion date. Then we will have the comments. Then we might have task category, and then we have task description, and at last we will mention an task uh, area, say where it happened. Okay, so let us create as a table known as task for a company MNC, and this particular company is keeping track of the task given to its employees. So rather than having task area, let's keep it as assigned to. So this has been assigned to a particular employee, and that employee is this employee. So first task is ABCD1. The task status is still pending. The completion date is 10/12, and 20. Command says again ABCD. Category is test category, and description is again test, and assigned to employee name as person 1. You can see over here one today I want you to understand few terms which we will use very frequently, and how we will progressing up with the KT of SQL. So one thing is for sure, if you learn MySQL, you will be able to use Microsoft SQL also very easily. So both of the softwares are very uh, similar. If you can say that they're not same, but yes, they are similar to each other. If you know how to operate on MySQL, it will be very easy for you to operate on Microsoft SQL. So the next thing which comes in, we have a table, and this is the table which has only one record. Let me go ahead and create another record for this table. So this is serial number 2. Task ID will be MNC and say 2, and it is in progress. Completion date should be 12/10/20. Comment should be this something. Again, I am giving it just test category, and description as test, and this is assigned to person name 2. So you see over here that I have given this particular table to two rows. So these rows are nothing but tuples. So the first thing for today is like you will be taking home is like rows are nothing but tuples. You can call them tuples. Second thing is like these are the headers of the tables, and while creating of these headers, we need to decide. So this is a table. In this table, how many headers will be there? Whenever you are creating up a table in an Excel, you have to think of the headers of the table. So in the similar way, when you are creating a table in SQL, you have to think of these headers. The second point which you will take home today is the data type. So if you see up this header is of type integer. So this is pure English. We are not doing any programming today. Task ID is combination of alphanumeric and integer. This is a data type date. This is of data type again alphanumeric and integer. So again what I mean to say is whenever you are creating up a table, you need to give the table headers, then you have to give the type of header, the data type of this particular header. When you say the completion date is a table header, this header is of type date, this header is of type integer, similarly this header is of type alphanumeric. So this is not the right word for like but we will understand the words, but the main point is you should understand why exactly data types are required and what is the usage of them. So now we have seen like when we are creating up a table, we require the headers and data type. Similarly, this particular company will have another table. Just copying this. This particular company will have another table, and this table will be employee. And now they will have the employee ID. Then we will have the employee name. Then maybe joining date. Then maybe address. Then maybe we can have marital status. Then we can have employee salary, and at last we will have employee cell phone number. Okay, so we have taken a few headers, and like again like I have just thought of them as of now. We can like change them as and when required. Second thing after data type I want you to realize is the relationship. So one thing is for sure, whenever a company says that they are creating a table task and they are assigning some tasks to its employees, say person and one and person two, these employees should be there in the employee table. So person one should be there over here, person two, because if you have not recruited anyone, how will you make anyone do the work? Right? This data is for operations. So employee ID is again we can say person one and person two. Joining date, let us keep it same. Address, let us keep it same. Marital status, unmarried. I will again change this to unmarried. And then the salary should be 10 for now, and the salary should be 10 for now. Phone number should be 5. And like I've like just filled in this information. So any kind of relationship which makes sure that this value, whichever value is over there, should be there in another table. This is being like referenced by a foreign key. So today we are not discussing how to create that. We will discuss that in later chapters. Like first you need to understand is why exactly a foreign key is required. So this is very sure any person who has been assigned a task should be there in the employee table because he should be recruited. Like the company should own that particular resource, right? So the next point is we will talk about the database now. So as we have the IT, like we have the like MNC companies, different companies, so like all the companies say, such as TCS, they have various like business directions. Like TCS works in IT world, they create up the tube light. So you can say that manufacturing. So in the similar way, companies have various directions of work. So in the similar way, like a company can have its own employee table and task table for the IT department. A company can have the own employee table and task table for the manufacturing department. So all both of these two departments will not be linked with each other. Maybe they can be linked, but yes, it is very like less frequent that two departments data is linked up very tied up very strongly. They are always loosely coupled. So when we say that these employee table and task table are required to be built inside for IT department and for manufacturing department, this is what we call as database. Database is nothing but a container. It is just a name which is being given to a set of tables. So I will just go ahead and change this MNC and say over here database, and we will say it as IT database. Again, I will go over here and change the database, and we will say it as an IT database. So this employee table belongs to a database IT. This task table belongs to a database IT. So you will get more clear on this as and when like I will just read out this. So understand, like in SQL, at first you need to create a database. Again, database is nothing but a container. You are saying that you have created a database, say create database IT. Then you have created a database, create database manufacture. Then what you are doing, like you are using the database IT, and then you are saying create table. So tables belong to a database, and inside tables we have rows or tuples. Rows are also called as tuples. So inside tables we have rows or tuples, and these particular rows has relation with other table data. Like the employee data was having relationship with the task data. Assigned to can only have data which is present in employee data. And these particular row headers, which means the column names, should have their own data types. So basically, like I just wanted to make sure that you people understand the concept behind SQL, and like how exactly this software was created and what was the thinking behind the like developer of this software, and like what all things he should have included. So if you see the professional world, the tables are used very rigorously, and there are very complex scenarios in which like we create 10 or like 20 or 50 tables, and then we have a lot of linkage between those 50 or 100 tables, and then at the end we fetch out records as per the linkage. Let's assume an example of a share market industry. So in a share market industry, if we have a company for like who is maintaining of the data for share market, it will has an ISIP number, QSIP number, it will have the share name, it will have the share price. We call it as a position. Share price, we call it as a position. Then we will have the classification of that particular share instrument, like, or the security. So there will be a lot of things which will be interconnected with each other, but all of these interconnections are made via the domain. At first, what is important is domain is like we are creating up the database for the hotel industry, we are creating up the database for the finance industry. So any relationship which are built are as per the domain. So this is what the business requires. The business says us that this person should be there in the employee table, because this person should be recruited, only then they can assign the task to that person. So at first the business comes, then as per the business the tables are created and the relationships are formed, and at the end business analysts and like testers use SQL commands to fetch up these data, and like the developer actually creates up these tables and these relationships, and the administrator makes sure that the SQL server is sitting on a right computer, it has the right stats, it is not going down, it is not taking much CPUs, it has the right people, has the right roles. So the administrator part have various other work, and at the end the security person needs to make sure that no one else other than the required people are capable of like fetching up the information. So this was all for the day. In the next chapter we will be going ahead and like reading on how to create up a database, and then we will create up the first table, and after creating up our first table we will be focusing on like building up a relationship between these tables, and then we will go ahead slowly and gradually to start for the development phase. Thank you guys, please do like and share the video. Have a great